Hey, copy, copy. And the guardsmen are here. People of the YouTubes. United States, Operation Fortress America. Now, me and Peter are here. We're not in the underground. The underground's downstairs. We're actually in the above ground. The pillbox, or the bunker, or the trench, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I haven't made a name for it. But we are playing Fortress America, the new version. Yeah. So this will probably be done today, because me and Peter do get done with the games pretty much in one day usually. But we shall see. And we'll actually have another game of Fortress America, the old classic edition, coming up with me and BFC and Friday. And I'll be playing the Invaders today. And Peter will be playing the Americans. And we'll do
entirely randomly flip the coin.
And we'll do just turn by turn like we normally do. Out of box rules, no invader invader cards or invader drop zones. So that'll be it. And yeah. See you guys after turn one. Alright, we're back after round one. Hey Peter. And so as you see, just the normal stuff. In Yellow Invaders, very successful. Took everything. The Blue Invaders, not so successful. They missed San Antonio and Dallas. That's kind of my own fault. I forgot to move my bombers on my first movement, so they weren't in there. But that kept them from dying, I guess, so that was good. The Reds, they were kind of a little more. I didn't put very many guys against Miami, so that's why they lost. But they won all the battles they needed to. My Atlanta Blitz is well in hand, so I'm going to take Atlanta turn 2. Or at least I'm gonna try to. Oh, we did kind of mess up on the rules a little bit. The tanks are only supposed to move 1, but we were moving them 2, and I did it the whole turn without realizing it. And then we realized it on Peter's turn, and we were like, you know what, just finish the round, and we'll fix it next round, make it fair for all the players. We're on round 2. So yeah, so that's what happened. So that's the Yellow Invaders. They kind of moved in, took all their cities. Same thing with the Blues. The descriptions are going to be very, very slim compared to an Axis and Allies game, because there's not much that can happen in the early games. Just kind of push. Anything interesting happen? Not really.
My laser actually hit, which is
his laser, but I mean that's more often than not going to happen.
I mean, it's still a big bonus.
5 or more, so it's a D12, right? I think it's a D12. D10, and you hit on a 5 or more, correct?
Yeah.
And so it's actually, you got a 50-50. So the chances are in your favor. So nothing remarkable happened, though. Not like every single person got hit or anything. Cards. There was a destroy convoy, all mechanized units there, or mobile units.
Yeah, I chose
that was against the Western Raiders. Los Angeles lost 2 tanks because of it. And what's the other card? Oh, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh built 2 tanks and a truck, but there was only 2 tanks in the reinforcement pile, so he was only allowed to put 2 tanks on the board. And that's how we look after turn 1. There. And as you know, there is a 5-unit stack limit for each territory in this game. We got our city counter up here. I'm at 6 cities. I need 18 to win. Turn 2. If you lost at turn 11, or through turn 10, sorry, at the beginning of turn 11, it's the U.S. victory. And
it plays through turn 11, I think.
I don't know, we can double check the rules, but I'm pretty sure that once it hits turn 11, the U.S. win. But once you hit turn 11, the invaders are pretty much wiped out.
Yeah.
Normally by 8 or 9, they're getting pretty thin. And I've only seen America win 1 time, and that was even before turn 10, because the invaders were just out of units by turn 7 or 8. They don't usually last that long, and every turn you get 8 more units of your choice to put on until you're out. Once you're out, you are out. No chips or anything, so it makes it a lot more fuller of a board. Here's the body bag here. It's not a bag, but like a body board. That's my reserves. The U.S. can actually build things, so
Okay, so it does just have to reach the U.S. victory spot.
Yeah, so it's the beginning of turn 11. Alright.
10 turns.
Laser there, US gets laser every turn. Alright, so...
And it's funny because it says, or they win if all invaders concede mutual agreement.
Yeah, because you can play up to 4 players. We've never done that. I think we've only ever done 2-player games.
Or 3 players, yeah. I remember playing a couple times with BFC.
But, yeah, so that's it for this round. And, see you after turn 2. Alright. Turn 3. Or no. Turn 2 has elapsed. We're on to turn 3 now. And, so yeah. Americans got a card there. We took Phoenix. Blue guys pushed up. Now they got to reconnect at least one of these territories before these guys, at the end of their turn, are supply checked. These guys are all good, though. They took San Antonio and Houston. And they're in striking distance of New Orleans and Dallas. The Reds took Atlanta. The Americans did kind of put together a counterattack, but it got stomped, got crushed. And they kind of just reinforced, took all this. And they did take Miami, move there some guys up. What was the American cards? Destroy the blue.
I destroyed the blue.
Yep. Oh, and reinforcements in the west. So now Portland and Las Vegas is a little beefed up.
It destroyed the mobile unit, and then there was 3 partisans here, and then they attacked this spot and this one. So now they each get the white base.
And yep. Oh, and you get an extra card too.
Yes.
Well, let's see here. So turn 3. My goals by turn 3 is always to take Las Vegas. Turn Atlanta by turn 2. And yeah, that's pretty much my goals. By the end of turn 3, we'll have all the cities in the west except Salt Lake. Maybe by the end of turn 4, have all the cities in the south. Memphis is really the big killer there. And then once we kind of clear out the south, then the north is free to move, because then we'll have all these southern reinforcements coming north. No sense in me trying to kill myself up there. Just hold one territory and keep the losses to a minimum. Yeah, so I think that's it. Got 2 lasers now up there. And city count is at 10. Here's the body bag. And that's it for turn 3. So, and we'll see you. That's it for turn 2. We'll see you at the end of turn 3. Oops. Sorry. Copy, copy. Fortress America update coming in. It is the end of turn 3. The yellow guys have pushed in a little bit. Failed an attack at Los Angeles. And again at Portland. So that's kind of ridiculous. But at least the Northern Army Group North for the yellow only had 2 objectives. Portland and Seattle. And as you know, the key for this game is to capture cities. So I've been kind of city blitzing. And I almost took Memphis last turn, believe it or not. And I've taken quite a few cities, and it's only turn 4. I'm already in striking distance of winning the game. And only 2 turns out from taking Salt Lake. So, I kind of need to short my supply lines, maybe with some men and trucks and stuff. So we'll have to do a lot of thinking, but I've been putting a lot of heavy hitters out first, trying to get them cities down fast. No extra card for the Americans this turn. They did have quite an amazing card there. I had 4 bombers there, because I do what's called air basing. You're only allowed to laser 1 unit in each territory. You can't not do multiple laser strikes into a same territory. So I put all my bombers together. And because of that, cards can be devastating against them. You know, if it's to destroy all invader units in a territory or something. But lasers, I see lasers as the biggest threat because they come around every turn. The cards don't. You don't always get those.
They're random.
Well, the cards always come around, but the specific cards that I'm talking about don't come around every turn.
Yeah.
And when they do, you only get 1 or maybe 2 of them. And if there's 3 or 4 air bases, you know what I mean, a couple for 1 for each army at least, and maybe 2 for another army, they can't kill all your bombers. But sometimes they get lucky and destroy. But that's fine. So yeah, I guess my strategy for this turn is maybe short my supply lines a little bit. Peter, what strategy have you been following? so far, and what do you think is best for you in the future?
Pretty much, my strategy has just been to, I don't know,
Because I've been
kind of defend, just make sure you can't take cities. Just roles haven't really been on.
maybe been
side.
focusing down Air Force.
Yeah.
I know my strategy's been kind of like city blitzing, taking as many cities as fast as possible. Not as many as I would like. I mean, I would like to have Los Angeles already, Portland, Memphis maybe. But this is my first time trying the city strategy. Also, I've been holding off my guys up there because I don't want to take too many red losses. Because a lot of times you pour a lot of resources into there in a big battle and you lose a lot of guys. So I've been focusing more on the south where it doesn't seem to have so many casualties. Save some end pieces for up there when the Americans are a little weaker, and I can maybe make a last push. The blue guys are definitely spread thin, but they've accomplished all their objectives so far, so that's good. The yellow guys, yeah. So we're going on to turn 4. That's it for this turn, and yeah, we'll see you after turn 4. All right, we're back after turn 5 or after turn 4, right? Sorry about the noise in the background. We got the TV running. Should play downstairs, but oh well. We're already well entrenched up here, so Las Vegas fell, and I shored up some of my lines. Got guys everywhere.
So
Seattle fell. Denver fell. Kind of pushed out a little bit. Red and blue guys met up, which is always a historic milestone. The yellow and the blue meeting up's not, because it's like round 1, or round 2 at the latest. And the Reds have pushed into there and are dawning on the gates of both Memphis and D.C. Oh, and the Americans took D.C. back, so they get an extra card. Yeah. So we're 3 cities away from winning. Peter has... Oh, we're almost halfway there for him winning. And we shall see what happens in turn 5.
Yeah, the only way I can win this now is good cards. Bad rolls on the Invaders part. Bad rolls on Supernova's part. So.
Yep. And so we'll see you after turn 5. What's up? We're back at the end of turn 5. It's not over yet. But we devised a plan for the American last offensive. The Invaders have 19 cities. And we're planning to take DC back. Laser and a bomber there in Atlanta. Laser and a helicopter there. At this point, he's got to take 2 cities or he loses, so he's definitely got to laser the cities he's attacking. Ooh, laser and a bomber in Memphis. Memphis fell this turn, and so did DC to the red.
Memphis did fight hard.
Denver.
There was 5 guys in there.
Denver fell to the blue.
There was 5 guys in Memphis. 1 guy retreated. The 4 other guys died. 3 of them took out all the men that was with them, so he lost combined arms.
But they just couldn't stand up to the machines.
Yeah, I know.
We got a blue bomber there, getting lasered. Yellow chopper there, getting lasered. Salt Lake is not being attacked. The yellow guys, they took the rest of the west and then decided that they wanted to shore up. They're not going to push any further because I don't want to stretch myself too thin against these partisans. Now here's the risks of that. The yellow guys could push over to here, and if the red guys start to falter, they could take these cities and destroy these lasers. But that's dangerously far for them. Alright, I've seen it done. That's dangerously far. And partisans can come and cut their lines and start taking all these cities back. So that's why I'm kind of staying on the conservative side, keeping them strong here, fighting any partisans that pop up. But if the reds or the blues start to fail, there's not much they can do. Because, maybe they could come over and take these, but those would be too far away. The blues are kind of the same thing. They may push on to St. Louis in another round, but other than that, they're just going to try and hold the line. Take those 2 territories, St. Louis maybe, and hold the line, strengthen it. And the Reds, well, they're the ones that are going to break through. And they got that territory there. You can go up there, this territory up there. So they're going to have some defenders to fight, but it definitely will be a thing. So we wanted to record the final battles, and so we'll do the lasers.
We're just going to start.
Sweeping view of the board.
That's
Awesome, pretty looking board.
We're going to do the non-important stuff first, so we'll do the yellow chopper.
Yellow chopper right there
Hit. He's dead.
with a 6. Boom, into the body bag.
Yellow's been getting
Yellow's been getting pretty hit. And we still have one more round of reinforcements, and then that's it. Then we got the blue
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do blue
bomber
Come on, I need this
in Denver. This one's important.
No!
3. He blew it.
No!
So that bomber's still alive. And remember, people, he needs to take 2 cities to go another round. If not, it's over.
Red Bomber
in Memphis. This one's not so crucial.
Missed.
And he missed.
It would have still been...
So that's alright. But he didn't need to... That bomber's not going to fight the Americans, so... If they get a laser next round, that's fine, too. Bomber in Atlanta.
No!
Hey, man, laser's been letting them down.
Come on.
Most of the laser been doing pretty good most of the game, except for right now. So, and then we got a laser in...
At least I need
the chopper.
this chopper.
It's got to be in the box to count. 7.
Yes.
Alright, so there's at least a little relief.
Memphis is the long... Or not Memphis, Colorado Springs.
Yeah, because we got 2 men,
Not Colorado Springs,
3
Denver.
trucks versus 2 tanks, a truck, and 2 bombers. So that's still a pretty powerful force for late game. And this is late game, even though it's only halfway through. Late game pretty much starts 5 or 6, because that's when the Americans start to need to take cities back.
Yeah.
Before that, 1 and 2 is early game. The defenders are just on the coast, and then 3 and 4 is when they really start to break through in the mid game.
Alright, let's go.
We're in the late game now.
Let's do DC
And then
first.
you hit 8, 9, maybe even 10. That's end game there.
Yeah, and that's
So,
when basically the invaders start falling
That's
apart.
when
If it
you can tell
gets-
it's going to be an American victory.
If it gets to turn 7, it's...
We are playing out of box
High
rules.
chance.
I've only seen the Americans win once with out of box rules, and that's what we are playing right now. So we'll do. What do you want to do first?
DC, because that's
DC?
the highest chance.
All right. So we got 2 choppers, a man, and a truck. All right. So 2 choppers, a man, and a tank. Excuse me. So 2 choppers, man, and a tank. So the 2 choppers we can roll at the same time. 1 hit. We'll take the tank.
No, I got
They didn't have combined arms to begin with because they don't have an air unit.
all my air units.
Then we'll start with. Then we'll have the tank. Miss. And the man. He hit. Wow.
Partisan.
We'll take the partisan. And the reason we're taking the partisan, even though they're equal to a man in this battle, if they're defending by themselves, they roll an 8 instead of a 6. Or which are these. Greater chance to hit
Alright,
than the
3
red,
men.
which he's
3
rolling
men
right there.
first.
2 retreats.
Retreat. Well, the guy and the tank.
1, 2, 3, 4. So the tank's gonna retreat. No, the tank and the man. The man's gonna retreat there. The tank's retreating back into the C zone.
Alright, and then to 2. Nothing.
2 trucks.
Alright, I gotta keep going.
Keep going.
I
All right.
have to, man.
We're pretty certain that we're allowed to go multiple rounds. We're not certain. We did try to read the rule book a little bit, but it didn't. It was kind of unclear. Now we could have just missed it. That sounds like something stupid we would do. So 2 choppers. We've been playing this all game like this. So and they both hit.
Oh my gosh. 2 tanks.
We'll take 2 trucks, I guess. So it's down to the men. Down to the men.
Let's go, come on.
3 men. 1 hit.
Alright.
Take the man
Let's
here.
keep going. Come on, let's go.
Alright.
Wait, why'd you just take one of mine then?
Oh, sorry. Wrong thing.
Alright.
We got a chopper. Who disengage. We're gonna disengage the man here because now that'll make them weaken the defenses in Philadelphia. Both missed. Chopper. He hit. So now they're gonna have to leave Philadelphia defenseless.
No.
And here it is, last shot.
And that's game.
And as you know, the defenders fire first. So basically that's no casualty. It's kind of like Axis and Allies but the casualty shots get fired first,
Right,
sort of, I guess. So not all the attackers are going to fight.
Well, good game.
So there's that. Good game. And just for the spirit of it, we're going to play this last battle.
Yeah, and then
So we got 2
we'll
bombers.
do the full-on recap.
Both missed.
Hey, wow.
2 tanks.
Now my luck's gonna do good.
Both hit, though.
Partisans and truck. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter.
And the tank. or truck.
Alright, come
Sorry.
on. 3 trucks.
Got 3 trucks.
I can roll all 3 at the same
trucks.
time. 1 hits, take out a tank.
I do gotta say, I like this. I like the new game. The map's awesome. It's got the turn counter, which I definitely like that rule. I like the city counter. That's amazingly useful. If you ever played the old game, you'll understand. And the map is just beautiful with all these different colors. They're very vibrant, very bright. I like them a lot.
I like the new blue better too. I like the light blue, but the
2
dark,
bombers.
the deep blue.
2 bombers. Ooh, spinning. 1
It's
hit.
gonna fall. It's on the all hits.
Yeah. I mean, like that. The bombers are very powerful. The entire top row of the dice is all hits. See what the bottom looks like. Combined arms hit and a retreat. That's kind of interesting. I never looked at these dice before. These 2 hits, retreat, and a combined arms hit, and a hit on the bottom. Interesting. Ooh, if I can focus. Cool custom dice too. And they hit. So the assault on Denver's been repelled. And this is the board. Yeah. Alright, so I guess we'll go into the endgame recap. So, Peter, what kind of strategy did you use? Did you use any at all? Or?
At first I had none, and then when you went through that full-on blitz, it was more...
Yeah.
Just trying to defend the cities, take out any loopholes I saw. The partisan was really the only big game move I think I had to say I made, but that was more because of the lucky card. This guy. This lucky man.
Yeah.
He gets to
when I'm playing the Americans, I've never won as the Americans because it's extremely difficult out of box rules. At least we have found. But I generally like to focus down an army, which generally allows the other 2 armies to kind of just kind of spread out wildly. But I definitely like focusing on the East Army group of the blue and then just demolishing the red, because that's where most of your cities are. You got the cluster of 3 down here between Dallas, Houston, and New Orleans. And then you got a lot of cities on the east. Then you get into the breadbasket that you need to protect too of American cities. So that's it.
Yeah.
And for the invaders, the invaders I'll pretty much always do the city blitz. Every now and then I'll take it a little slower just so my lines aren't spread so thin initially. That's why Phoenix fell. And it was definitely scary with partisan cards, but he didn't get many 2 behind the lines cards, which was nice. But the city blitz is devastating because take Atlanta turn 2. You can even take Memphis turn 3 if you play it right. Obviously the coastal cities are going to fall. I didn't put too many troops up here to try and break the east, which I probably could have because I got a lot of red guys left. Normally they're the most heavily hit, but that's because you pour a lot of troops up there. The Americans start with a lot of troops up there, and so they get pounded. The blues, definitely here, New Orleans and Dallas, turn 2. Sometimes those can be a struggle, but they weren't this game. Colorado Springs by turn 3, and Denver turn 4. Salt Lake turn 5. Las Vegas turn 3. Which those ones are nice to get turn 2 if you can, but just weren't able to pull it out. The blue definitely did probably the best. Maybe the red. The last time me and Peter played, the Americans actually won. We were playing, the Invaders had to take 20 cities. Well, believe it or not, they never took 18. And that's mainly because the blue guys got diced hard. Very hard. They never even broke out of Houston. New Orleans and Dallas stayed American the whole game. And they even struggled to take Houston and hold it. Houston fell a couple times and got retaken. So that's the only time I've ever seen the Americans win. And we're considering it out-of-box rules because even though we were playing, you got to take more, they never broke 18. So we consider that out-of-box. Yellow guys generally aren't very opposed. And like I said, normally they're strung across North America trying to get to these cities and destroy the lasers. but I really did not want to have to deal with a bunch of partisans popping up behind me and cutting my lines and taking my cities and stuff, because I'm got one guy in each territory. So I decided to just group up, and again, still got more reinforcements. This was kind of a shorter game. Normally we get through all the reinforcements and then we play a couple rounds after that. So normally we get to 7 or 8 because your reinforcements are up by 6. So we play 7, 8, maybe 9 on a good day. But yeah.
But yeah, you definitely don't want.
Like I said, good game.
Yeah.
Kind of the usual outcome though.
Yeah.
And again, beautiful map. Lots of bright reds and blues and yellows, greens. The map is gorgeous design. It's got the counters up top, which is nice. The old map did not have that, so you had to manually count them. The invasion zones are beautiful. I love everything about this map. The art, how it's laid out, the colors of the units, what it looks like. Especially when it's like turn 3 and 4, that's probably the prime time, because you got the invaders. They're broken through in spots and not broken through in others. So you get some of the invaders here, like woo, and the reds like that, and the yellows. But you still have a lot of green and a lot of gray, and I like seeing all the colors. So, Peter, good game again. And this is the guardsman.
Hold on, wait. Look over here at
the body pile.
The body pile. Yeah, you can see who definitely took the hardest hit.
Honestly, it looks like the yellows almost.
It looks like
maybe
it looks really close
maybe
between
it's
the yellow and the reds. Although at first it was the yellows for the longest time because they couldn't get past.
I think maybe the reds took it.
But yeah,
I think maybe the reds took it.
Typically it's red and blue.
This is very close. Normally it's an overwhelming amount of reds, blues somewhere in the middle, and then yellows is like maybe a handful of troops. But this is very balanced. That's very nice.
It was definitely
a lot less reds than normal. Blues, they're probably about right, and a lot more yellows than normal. Here's the board again. So yeah, that's it. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all the regular YouTube stuff. This is the Guardsman.